Hi guys, it's Michelle Patterson with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week beginning January 5th, 2015. Hi guys, Happy New Year. I am going to be using the Archangel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue to start, and then I'll pull a card from the Secret Language of Color cards by Ina Segal. I want to start off by saying that I'm going to make this very quick. This is like the 6th or 7th time I've tried to record this because I keep coughing. And there's all kind of stuff going on. So I'm going to try to make this very concise. But one of the other things that I wanted to address, I get a lot of comments about the background noises. The little clicking that you hear in the background during the winter months, that's the heater. I think I have a new neighbor now living above me. They just started their music up again, so I'm not sure if you can hear that. But that might be a part of our atmosphere going forward, the music. They might be the only person in life who doesn't have an iPod. I'm just saying, okay? But you ought to see my door right now, because the other times you guys have heard voices, it's been because people have been out in the hallway and socializing, what have you. So I have soundproofing curtains hung up, I have panels, I got that all taken care of, and then the music started. But it's all good, right? Because we like to keep it real here at Angel Souls, do we not? Okay, so there's no ghost voices, there's nothing like that. I mean, you can read into it if you want, if it means something to you, because, you know, sometimes something like that could be a message if it means something to you, all right? Anyway, there's the big thing. Let's get into it. And hopefully I can get through this before I start coughing. Actually, I think if I do start coughing, I'm just going to edit it out and just keep on keeping on. Okay. First card up, we have Counselor. It's Archangel Azrael. Now, Azrael shows up when you're going through some big transformation in your life, which all of us have. 2015 is, like I said before, or may have said before, is a test run year for the life that we've built up over the past couple of years. So you're going to see what's working, what's not working. All right? Now, I'm going to get into this here in a second, but I do want to say the Counselor card I feel is coming up because now a lot of you who are watching this, you're a little ahead of the game. You had faith. You went into the unknown. You went out there into something that other people might have thought was a little crazy or esoteric or what have you, right? And now what we're going to find, I think there's going to be like the second stage of awakening for people who have not awakened yet, right? So they might be coming your way to get your advice. Okay, so just be ready for that. The Counselor card says, you are a natural counselor and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. So this can be a message to you guys to start kind of tapping into that part of your purpose, right? Where you're now turning around and helping others because you're ready to do so. You've gone through the game. You've gone through the ascension process yourself, or at least the first stages of it for some of you. And now you're ready to give a hand to someone else. Here's Archangel Azrael again. Comfort. Now everybody chill out. We're going to talk about Azrael here in just a second. I know what some of you are thinking. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. Now, Azrael has this bad rap of being the angel of death. Meh. You know, whatever. Hey, yo, it's an archangel, okay? Like, he's here to help you transform. And in a lot of ways, this is the end of the old paradigm, and we're coming into the new paradigm. So we're going to have lots of stages in our lives where we have to completely be rid of the old way and transform into the new way. Azrael helps with that transformation. And, right, you don't have to have this heaviness around your transformation. It's a beautiful thing, okay? It's resurrecting. It's whatever you've been experiencing over the past couple of years. You know, life is not going to go smooth sailing for you just like that. You know what I mean? Like, you're always going to have your challenges. That's how you're growing and learning. But you can celebrate the victories that you have along the way. Okay, you have come a very, very, very long way. And there are going to be things happening for you that you didn't even know you wanted, I think, over the coming year. So this first week is just getting adjusted and maybe even recovering. And I'm not saying recovering from the new year, but, well, maybe for some of you, but recovering from everything you've witnessed is what I'm hearing. Everything you've witnessed, everything you've felt. Because I think there's a lot of stuff about human nature that came up about you personally or about the people around you, or just seeing what was going on out in the world and going, what's real, what's not real. Wait a minute. Like, you know, is that really human nature? And kind of wondering, like, how much are we being manipulated? Or why would people do that? And why aren't we doing more about it? Now, let's hit pause on this because we're going down this road of a conversation. Angels are all about advocacy. They are not about activism. Activism has an element of fear and push. And you get what I'm going at for here. Like, it's okay to get out there and have your voice and try to affect change, but you have to make sure that you're doing it in a peaceful way, okay? And Azrael, I feel like that message is coming through. We are getting on a little bit of a tangent, but I feel like that's connected to this whole transformation because I think, you know, right, they're saying witnessing things that you're not okay with and you're trying to transform yourself, and there's an element of distortion that happens in your energetic body, and that can have you, you know, trying to push on things or trying to make change where change isn't ready yet. All right, so it's a bit of a crunch kind of week where it's kind of, you know, when you kind of crack and adjust and you're like coming out and you're no longer like put in a box anymore. Again, there's an element, it's nice to be released from that box, but there's an element of getting used to it and stretching a little bit, okay? That's kind of what it feels like so far with this story. Okay, the next card we have is Indigo and Crystal Children, Archangel Metatron. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. So yes, this is all about the indigos and all that good stuff. But there's something bigger to this. The indigo generation is really now starting to open up and blossom and figure out who they are and what their place is in the world. We're going to see more of this in 2015, more of this energy. And we're going to see some, maybe even, because some of them are getting to the age where they could be leaders, okay? I mean, how many young people are out there really affecting change? Again, through advocacy, not necessarily through activism, not through fighting, not through causing conflict or violence or whatever to make their point known. They're smarter than that. So yes, this is about us watching out for them, but really, the bigger message here is they're here now, and they're going to be watching out for us. Sorry about that. That was one of those moments where I started coughing. So what I was saying was, parents, this might be the time where, you know, your kid is making choices out there that maybe you don't fully understand, but they know what they're doing. And it might behoove all of us to really start paying attention and taking their lead a little bit and watching what they're not putting up with anymore and what they're calling us out on. Now, the world is not going to change in a week. Manage your expectations, okay? But we're going to start seeing the sparks fly a little bit from this new way of being, and they're the ones who are kind of leading us in. Now, does that mean that we turn around and do child worshiping and all that? Don't get me started on all that. No. Nurture them, love them, okay? But remember, you were born in ahead of the indigos, some of you, when I'm talking to like parents of indigo children, or anybody who, even if you don't have children, I mean, I don't have kids. I was born in ahead of the indigos to help pave the way, and so were you. All right, so make sure that they feel safe being who they are, being authentic. And it's funny that indigo comes up, indigo, rainbow, crystal children come up right as we're talking about being a counselor, comforting, transition. Do you see what's happening here? Old paradigm cracking a little bit more, and we're turning. So you might feel the pressure of that this week. If you're in a negative vibe, you're not going to have a good time. If you see it from a higher standpoint and a place of wisdom, you'll see the beauty and the miracle in everything that's going down this week. Okay. Wow, we have 2 Azraels and 2 Metatrons. Those are our angels for this week, guys. Make sure we're meditating with them. The final card we have is Chakra Clearing, and like I said, it's Archangel Metatron. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. Again, because we're going through all this change and shifting and all that kind of stuff, it's going to be really important to make sure your energy centers are clear. Now, typically we say that the chakra system has 7 chakras. Well, go Google 12 chakra system and do that. Activate the higher chakras, okay? When you do that, you are open then to the angels. You are open to taking on a mission if that's what you want to do. And yes, you can always do that. If you want to help the angels out, they're always looking for helpers. Activate, open, ask them to come in, ask them to give you something to do. All right. It might be something that you volunteer or whatever it's going to be for you. Being a messenger, being a healer, just go with it. Okay. So now let's get on to the color card. Okay. Let's see what we have going on here. Mauve. Enjoy clear hearing. The number is 43. Okay. Remember how we said 2015 is sort of a culmination year and it's kind of like the test run for your life? They're saying it's not a time to rest. So like we said, there's like this turning going on. We're all kind of coming and trying to adjust a little bit more. We're opening and paving the way for this next generation that's going to kind of lead us in a way. But you're going to be getting messages this week on how to do that and how to cope with it. Now, I know coping kind of implies that it's going to be like this hard thing or whatever. It's giving you a plan of attack. It's giving you, like we said, the tools, or activating the tools that are already innate within you to get through this shift and through this time. This is very important. And I don't even fully understand this myself. Listen, we all can't sit here and understand the universe, you know, like it's beyond our human brains, right? But this is calling for you to have faith and trust the process. Whatever's going on in this week, make sure you're tuning in. Make sure look at the colors, how they kind of match. Okay? This definitely reminds me of like crown chakra kinds of things. So make sure your chakras are clear. Make sure you're opening up, and that's what it's saying, like hearing. And I think that's going to be messages coming through. Trust the guidance that comes through. Again, the difference between an awakened person and a person who's not awakened is the person who's asleep is going to overlook everything or explain it away or try to rationalize everything. The person who is awake has their ears open and they understand, okay? And they know what to do with that information. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. I keep coughing, so I'm going to give up the ghost on this one. Signing off. I love you guys. Take care.